This interview on behalf of CriptoFondo, the Latin American exclusive representative of the MCC Alliance, of Maidsafe, CoinPayments, and CCP. Make sure to attend the advanced seminar on cryptocurrencies and investment strategies happening April 1st at the World Trade Centers in Mexico City. Or subscribe online to the webinar available worldwide April 8th. For more information, check the link provided below. Alex, can you tell us, for those who don't know, what is Bitcoin?
Sure. Bitcoin is digital cryptocurrency. So it was created in 2009 by a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody really knows who he is. So he's just kind of like a mystical figure that created this amazing cryptocurrency and essentially opened doors to banking outside of traditional banking systems. It's essentially like a decentralized money.
And so how does someone get Bitcoins?
You basically have to mine it in a traditional sense.
So like mining like iron and ore, or?
No, it's mined via digital hashing, which is kind of a weird thing to explain, but essentially you have to run your machine solving a lot of electronic puzzles, and whoever solves it first actually generates a block of Bitcoins. Originally it was 50 Bitcoins per block, then it was 25, now it's 12 and a half, so they half every 3 to 4 years.
And now is Bitcoin a tangible coin, or is it you say digital currency, what's that?
Right, so it's not a tangible coin per se, like a gold coin, but it's a digital representation of what you have mined. So essentially it's a unique identity based on the hash on the blockchain that was given to you, and you're the only person who has the private keys to actually spend it. So in a sense, it's a digital form of physical money.
Okay, and so then where would I store these Bitcoins? So is it in a typical institution like a bank, or?
Right, no, so unfortunately just yet, banks do not treat Bitcoin as an asset class that they can deposit in their vaults or in their banks. Although that's starting to change, and I think in the future that will happen.
Okay.
In the meantime, there's a company like the one that we've founded, which is CoinPayments. There's other competitors that are doing the same thing, which allow you to store your Bitcoin in digital wallets online. If you're a savvy user, you can also store it yourself by printing a paper wallet using Linux, or it's a lot of people get lost in that process, but it's definitely a better way to do it because you have full control of your own money. But if you trust a service like our own, it helps you just having an email address and a password and access to your 55 different cryptocurrency wallets. So not just Bitcoin, but 55 others.
Okay, and so how is Bitcoin regulated?
It is not regulated as of yet in a sense that you would expect regulation on fiat currencies or gold or silver, but it is now being identified as an asset class in Canada, US, and there's still movement on the ground happening right now to regulate it in some fashion. The problem is no government issued it, and nobody really owns it. It's a distributed thing that every person can participate in, mine it, and sort of enter this economy with really low barriers to enter, right? So essentially, at this point, nobody can really say, oh, we're going to be taking ownership of it and regulate it. Same thing as with the internet, essentially.
Okay. Can I use Bitcoin to pay for my groceries?
Yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, no. Okay. Let's begin with the short one. So Bitcoin is actually more accepted than Canadian dollars online right now. So there's more places on the internet right now that accept Bitcoin for the payments than merchants accepting Canadian dollar, which is kind of crazy. Also, if a merchant does not accept Bitcoin or cryptocurrency directly, you can put those Bitcoins on the Visa credit card, the prepaid card called cpscard.com, and you can use that to spend it just like any other Visa. So essentially there's many workarounds in which allows you to just use a cryptocurrency, be a part of this economy, and still participate in a normal merchant environment that doesn't even know what Bitcoin is.
How is Bitcoin classified?
So Bitcoin is digital currency. As classifications, it's more of an asset class, digital asset class, than gold and silver, I would say. How governments will look at it is still kind of up in the air. Not every government fully recognizes it yet, and not everyone wants to even propose any regulations for it yet. They're all trying, however, at this point to accept it as a new means of wealth transfer and currency, essentially. However, there's a lot of obstacles because nobody's minting it in the sense that they're used to. Right. So it's created by people, it's generated by people, and it's agreed by people on what it's worth. So it's kind of one of those markets that's still going to take time to evolve to become something that governments fully understand. But that said, it's actually a great thing because that allows us to have cross-border banking that's instant. I can send you money in Shanghai, I can send you money in North Korea even if you had internet, right?
And so there's no exchange rates either between each country like we would currently with a typical...
None whatsoever.
Okay, just to clarify, how does one get Bitcoins and what's the easiest way to use them?
Okay, so one can buy Bitcoins on the exchanges. There's plenty of exchanges online that sell Bitcoin, facilitate the trade of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies.
So I can use my Canadian dollars and purchase them direct for an exchange rate like I would another currency.
Absolutely. Most places will let you do a bank wire to an exchange. When the money is credited on the exchange, you can use that to buy Bitcoins and withdraw them and put them in the wallet services like CoinPayments. And then from there, you can buy anything online, and spend it just like you want.
So what is the current price of Bitcoins and what was it, say, 5 years ago?
Right, so the Bitcoin price in 5 years has changed drastically. 5 years ago, Bitcoin was sub $1.
Holy smokes.
Right, and today it's about $1,200 USD.
Woo!
Yeah.
I missed that investment.
Yeah, it was a fantastic few years.
And what do you attribute this rise to?
So I believe the adoption has a lot to do with it. So more users are becoming aware of this cryptocurrency and this new way of facilitating financial transactions online.
Okay.
A lot of investors are coming in and speculating on the growth of this coin because the years have been phenomenal, as you can tell. So as a result of that, it created a lot of attraction from the investment sector.
Okay.
And also just the fact that a lot of people want to store their wealth somewhere that's not traditional banking. Let's just say you put $10,000 in your mattress in the 80s. Today it would still be $10,000 in your mattress, but that $10,000 value has decreased drastically what you can buy with it.
Do you feel, based on the current economic situation around the world, people will use Bitcoin as a way of more of a secure investment where they're not as so much in fear of tyrannical governments or governments collapsing and financial institutions collapsing, like what happened in 2008?
True, there's a lot of that going on. And actually, the funny thing is the first block on the blockchain that was created had something to do with the last bailout of banks. There's an encoded message in it by Satoshi. So he makes a hint at the fact that this was created as a result and a countermeasure to the current banking system's failures.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Alex, so tell me about CoinPayments. What is CoinPayments?
Right, so CoinPayments is the online wallet solution for customers to store their digital currencies.
AKA Bitcoin.
That's right, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and all the other popular cryptocurrencies that have, over the time, have built some market share and some usability, so people actually use them. So what we do to tailor to new customers is that we're allowing them to vote every month to add new cryptocurrencies to our system.
Oh, crazy.
And the ones that win, we add them, and then we give them about 90 days to see if they perform. If they don't perform, we'll remove them, creating more space for the ones that are coming up.
So how did CoinPayments get started?
So CoinPayments got started on bitcointalk.org, which is the
What is
place.
that?
So this is the place where a bunch of turbo nerds that got into Bitcoin really early on hang out and talk to each other.
Okay.
It's still quite a relevant place where a lot of new currencies get kickstarted.
Yep.
Still a great place for people to get a lot of information because it's a fantastic resource going all the way back to the inception of Bitcoin, right? About all the information about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all the threads discussing it to the greatest detail possible. So it's a great place to learn about the system.
Okay. Most important question, of course, does it work in Latin America?
Yes, absolutely. So we right now work in 208 countries, and we have 140,000 customers around the world that are using our system. A lot of them are in Mexico City. A lot of them are in Panama, Latin America, just all around the world.
What makes CoinPayments stand out over other cryptocurrency wallet systems?
So what makes us stand out is the fact that we support the largest amount of currencies out there in single place. So what that means is you just have your email and password and your two-factor authentication, and now you have access to your 55 wallets in the same place, which allows you not to just store your money and transact with others and send it, receive it, but also allows you to convert it between other cryptocurrencies through the implementation of Shapeshift and Verticoin and a bunch of other cryptocurrency exchanges with which we have partnership agreements with.
Okay.
So that allows users to take all this complicating stuff that cryptocurrency has created, which is going to the exchanges, sending your money, keeping your wallets, keeping your private keys, keeping it secure and storing in a good way that you can retrieve it in case time has passed or you have amnesia. Well, that's a huge problem. A lot of people with cryptocurrency had their Bitcoin wallets and then they forgot their passwords.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, yeah. And then if you had your own wallet on your computer, like myself, it actually happened to me. I have 15,000 Litecoins that I can never retrieve because I forgot my password. And at some point that was worth $750,000.
And so there's no password recovery system.
So I tried everything. I've had people try everything, and unfortunately there's no way to retrieve it.
Shows you the depth of security then.
The security is fantastic, but there's There's a drawback to that is human error and human negligence, like it is in my case, unfortunately. This led to creation of CoinPayments and development of the system. So we have a system now that does require some trust in us, of course, but we've been around since 2013, August 3rd, and we've had $0 stolen due to hacks or thefts or anything like that. So our system is pretty secure based on our track record.
Can users trade currencies in CoinPayments?
Yes, so they can actually exchange one cryptocurrency to another cryptocurrency. Now, we don't support any traditional currencies at all, because our vision is to create a new system that is completely based on cryptocurrency opposed to the traditional banking system.
Okay. What makes CoinPayments unique?
Well, what makes us unique? A lot of things, actually. I mean, we're the first and the largest altcoin payment processor in the world right now. We've always been the first to innovate in this space. So everything we've done has sort of been like the first every time. So we've introduced the vote that was paid vote for charity. So the votes that we have to add new currencies, all the money that we collect, and we do make customers pay to cast a vote. I think the price is about $1.
Okay.
That allows people
like a US dollar or crypto dollar.
It's in cryptocurrency, absolutely. Yeah. Everything with us is a cryptocurrency, but it's based in US dollar exchange.
Okay.
Right. So we kind of price it to that to kind of make sense, because otherwise you wouldn't know what you're sending, right? If we just gave you a number. So it's reasonably priced, but it's priced for a reason. The reason we ask for $1 is that it prevents people from cheating. So if you want your coin added, and if it was just an IP-based system, you could just get a bunch of VPNs, get a bunch of proxies, and just cast a bunch of votes for your coins, and that coin would win, but not necessarily because it's got following, but because you're cheating.
Right.
So if you're paying for it and you're doing it, it's expensive, so it prevents cheaters from running up their votes. And then all the money we collect, we donate to Electronic Frontier Foundation, which fights for digital freedoms for everybody on the internet.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So where can people learn more about CoinPayments?
Well, the best way to learn about CoinPayments is to actually try to use the system. And this is actually something that I'm going to spend a lot of time going over in Mexico City when we're there.
Right.
So at the conference, I'm going to dedicate a lot of our time, and our staff is going to dedicate a lot of time to help people understand how our system works, what we offer, where we work, how easy it is to use our system, and how they can get involved actually participating in this whole new financial system that we're creating.
So what systems, solutions, services does CoinPayments provide for businesses?
Right, so we've created a sophisticated system that allows people to download a plugin. For users, it's actually quite simple. For us, it was quite a lot of work. So, but that's what we do, right? We're trying to simplify it for people. If you have a business right now and you want to sell things online, you can download our plugins for all the shopping cart integrations that are out there. We have them. And if you can't find one, let us know, we'll build it. That's how we built this whole arsenal of tools that we have now. Is users were requesting it and we build them. And at this point, nobody's requesting them, so we figured we've got everything.
That's awesome.
Right, so you just download a plugin, add it to your shopping cart software, and now you can start accepting payments in 55 different cryptocurrencies along the side of PayPal, credit cards, and everything else you're already accepting at the moment.
So I'm sure you're going to go over more of this in detail down in Mexico City at the World Trade Centers on April 1st, but can you tell me a little bit more about the CCP Peer Fund?
Right, so they're one of our customers that uses our platform for security and stability, and basically ease of access to all the cryptocurrency funds that they're investing in.
Okay.
So we're really happy with this arrangement because we're able to secure all the funds for their clients and know that it's handled properly. Okay. And essentially, the relationship with us is that we're their main payment processor.
Oh, great. So what measures does CoinPayments take to secure its users' anonymity and interests?
Right, so we implement quite a few different technologies and a few innovations on the back end to make sure that the funds are kept safely on our servers.
Okay.
Some of them are, we're working together with BitGo for a multi-signature hot wallet system that allows instant sends with no confirmations on the network.
Okay.
We have cold storage systems that secure 80% of our funds of all our clients off the net. So even if a hacker broke into our system, they have no access to the actual funds on the system because they're literally kept offline.
Oh, crazy, okay.
Right, and on top of that, we also have very sophisticated security measures inside of our system that are, blocking IPs and making sure that nobody can penetrate our system. Our whole network is decentralized, so nobody knows where our servers are located and things like that. So we take security very seriously.
And where can people go to learn way more about this stuff?
Right, so we will be in World Trade Center on the 1st of April in Mexico City,
Okay.
and we'll be explaining all this in detail. We'll be going over it with a PowerPoint presentation explaining every security measure, all the implementations of everything we've come up with, and all the innovations that we've done in this technology.
And that's a CriptoFondo event, correct?
That's right, that's correct, yeah. So we will be going over everything, and hopefully people will learn a lot and they'll ask questions, and we'll be there, my staff will be there, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Fantastic. So Alex, what does Maidsafe stand for?
Maidsafe stands for Massive Array of Internet Disks, Safe Access for Everyone.
Okay, and what is Maidsafe?
Maidsafe is a decentralized internet, essentially. So what that is like Uber, when they revolutionized the car share, and Airbnb revolutionized you able to rent out empty space in your apartment, like your empty room or your apartment itself. Maidsafe is doing the same thing for your computer. So you can rent out your empty hard disk space that you're not using and actually get money for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how much money?
Well, the more space you have, the faster internet connection you have, the more you'll be able to earn from sharing that to the network, and the network will utilize that to decentralize the entire internet instead of using servers.
Crazy. So how does the Maidsafe project benefit its users?
Right, so the main benefit of Maidsafe Network is that it will allow users to store their information privately and distribute it on the internet. So right now when you're uploading your pictures, they actually go on the server, whether it be Google, Facebook, or Yahoo, or anything like that,
Right.
Amazon as well. However, what people don't realize when they upload their stuff to the cloud is actually a hard drive in some storage facility. And anybody with a USB key can go in there, plug it in, and extract your data in clear format and see your pictures.
Holy crap.
NSA, CIA, and things like that, we've discovered from all the leaks from Edward Snowden and the recent ones from Vault 7 that is what they do all the time. So instead of fighting the current infrastructure and asking them to change and become more private, I think it's more logical to build a system in which they just can't do that at all, and that's what Maidsafe is.
So Alex, when did Maidsafe start trading publicly as tokens?
Right, so they had a crowd sale in 2014 where they sold off Maidsafe tokens, which was designed to help them fund the development of this network.
Okay.
They were successful
Like a crowdsourcing, essentially.
That's right, yeah, exactly. So they did that and they raised $8 million in 5 hours. So that was actually one of the fastest crowd sales in history. They used that money now to build this network, and in September this year, they released a testnet, and now we're on testnet 13, I believe, that's coming out, and we're getting ready close for beta network. So people can actually already try it, they can already use it, they can already start building apps for it using the API and kind of prepare for the official launch.
What is the actual market capitalization?
Right, so current value of Maidsafe tokens in total is about $70 million US. Now, originally when the crowd sale happened, it was $8 million because that's what they raised, right?
Right.
So it's appreciated quite a bit. If you look at it back in September, for example, it was trading around 6 cents range. Right now it's about 16 cents range. So it's definitely a great asset to hold and buy and speculate on. But more than that, I think it's a great investment for the future, because that money will allow, invested in Maidsafe, that money will allow you to put your data on the network, because the network will charge you to put the data on there, and you'll be paying that in Safecoin. Maidsafe will be convertible to Safecoin at launch 1-to-1.
So Alex, where do you see Maidsafe in 1 year and let's say 5 years?
Sure. I don't have a crystal ball, which often I wish I did.
Yep.
However, from the past trends in cryptocurrency that I've observed myself, with Litecoin, with Dashcoin, with Ethereum, with Peercoin, based on that and their growth and similar metrics on how they've started and the time they spend in the market achieving their goals, I believe that Maidsafe, by the end of 2017, will be about $1. It's a bit of a bold statement, but
It's at 16 right now, right?
16 cents, yeah. It's a bold statement, I understand. However, I truly believe that, and maybe the time will prove me wrong, but I don't think so.
Cool.
In 5 years, I do see it about $5.
Alex, thanks again for this. Guys,
Thank you.
if you want to find out more information, go to www.cryptofondo.org or head down to Mexico City to the World Trade Centers on April 1st, or tune into the webinar available April 8th. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.